All right, it is Tuesday. I am here with the one and only Joy Behar, all in black.
You can start calling me by my maiden name.
Joy.
Josephine Occhiuto.
Josephine Occhiuto.
I found out that the mayor of Calabria is named Mario Occhiuto.
Really?
Yes, and his brother Robert Occhiuto, which means that I could have an in to getting my, to moving to Italy if I ever want to move there.
Robert F. Occhiuto Jr.? Is that, is that what we're doing here? Sorry, that was my segue. All right, so oddly, we did have a question from somebody asking if anyone calls you by your by Josephine anymore, anyone in your life.
You had that question?
We did, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Nee. I can't believe that because I don't know what you're going to ask me.
I know. To be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to ask you, and then we find out.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah.
But no one ever called me Josephine because when I was a baby, my grandfather Vincent would say, La mia gioia, see? And that Josephine was a name that was an old Italian woman with a gold tooth. Mm-hmm. That was not a name for a baby. And now it's very hip.
Yeah.
Steve Martin's got a kid named Josephine.
I like it.
Well, you can call me Joe. I don't mind Joe.
You can call me Joe. All right, I like it. All right, I like Joe. I mean, if you were Josephine and on The View, then what would the right-wingers call you, if not Joyless Behar?
They love that one.
Yeah,
I know.
All right.
Rush Limbaugh used to call me that, Joyless.
Is he the one who came up with
it? But he actually was a friend of mine in a way. Not that I hung out with the guy.
No.
He would lift me up when I worked at the radio. He'd lift me up.
All right, look at that. All right, so we had an interesting show today, I thought. We had actress Cheryl Hines with us, who we all know is married to Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. What did you make of the interview?
Well, I thought it was a tough spot for her because even though she's not responsible for the crazy things he says, she's still his wife and, but it just shows you the power of selling a book.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you something. If Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, if he had a book, he would come on.
I'm sure.
Trump would come on if he had another book to sell.
We do sell a lot of books.
That's the motivation, no matter how hard the interview is. And it was tough on her, I think.
It was tough. I mean, I thought you guys were friendly enough. But it was a conversation. It was a curious conversation.
That's right. I went into her dressing room before to try to make her feel a little bit better.
How do you feel about doing that in general? Do you like seeing a guest before they come on the show?
No, but if they need, I remember going backstage to see Diane Keaton when she came on because everybody said she was such a wreck. And because I had worked with her on the Manhattan Murder Mystery.
Right.
And I had also interviewed her on my HLN show. I felt like I knew her, and I went in to try to help her to relax a little bit. It's not such a big problem. Don't worry about it.
I worked on a show beforehand where the host famously would never speak to somebody before they came out. David Letterman. He felt it was very important to him.
Why?
That I think it took all the heat out of an interview. It took all the energy out of an interview if they met backstage beforehand.
Well,
Some people were put off by that, I think.
Well, I like to make the guests feel comfortable. I'm not running a show like he did.
Yeah, no, it was a different sort of atmosphere. And listen, no one feels more comfortable than on The View. Well, that's what we're known for.
I know. It's not an easy show to do.
No, it's not. But I thought it was an interesting interview, and I think all of you to a person enjoy having people here that you are curious about and want to have.
We invite these Republicans to come on, and they don't come.
No, I know.
They have a problem with us.
It's not like they never have. We've had plenty. When everyone's running for president, they want to come on. That's the thing.
That's the motivation. And selling a book.
And selling a book. Let's talk about Diane Keaton, who you just brought up. She passed away over the weekend, and you worked with her in the 1993 Manhattan Murder Mystery, as you said. What do you remember about her?
All I remember is that when I was I was not really in a big scene with her. I didn't have a big part.
Right.
But when we were in the makeup room, we were all in there, together getting our makeup done. And Woody Allen came in, and he never talked to anybody but her. It was as if no one else existed in the room but her. And he would whisper in her ear, and she'd start laughing. And that was one moment with her. Another one was a scene at Elaine's, and we'd just be improvising a little bit, and she was good at that.
I mean, she's a fabulous actress, obviously. I met her only once when she was here for Book Club 2, I think, with the whole cast.
Yeah.
And she was backstage.
She's the one I went, I said that.
She was very nervous.
Because a lot of actresses don't want to be themselves. They don't feel safe unless they have a script.
Yeah, it's fascinating, just someone as accomplished as her.
That and she was a lovely person. I also did the series Baby Boom.
Yes,
which was based on her movie Baby
right.
Boom. So I have that connection to her. And then the other thing is I interviewed her on HLN, and I said to her, what's with you and Woody Allen, you know? And I don't know why, but eventually she's telling me that he had a beautiful body.
Huh.
So I said to her, love may be blind, but so are you.
That's a good one. Now, you and I share a love.
But wait, I'm not done with Diane.
I wasn't done with Diane either, but go ahead.
Okay. The other thing about her was that it was very shocking to hear that she died. Why is that? She was almost 80 years old. She wasn't a kid. And then there's an article I read in the paper about her. The way she dressed was so timeless.
Yes.
That you don't get the sense that she's old.
No, she wasn't. I mean, she was old, but not old. I mean, she was 79.
Well, people live to be 100. I'm going to Lee Grant's birthday party. He's going to be 100.
Well, my memory, I love Diane Keaton in all of her roles, but the more memorable part of mourning her for me was shortly after I found out, my phone rang and it was you. And as soon as I answered the phone, all I heard was, "It was an abortion, Michael."
It was an abortion, Michael. It was an abortion. It wasn't a miscarriage. That's from The Godfather.
It was a son.
It was a son. And I had him killed because I wouldn't bring another child into the Sicilian thing.
That's literally, I answered the phone, and that's all I got on the other end was the monologue from Godfather 2 from Joy Behar on Saturday.
I mean, that is a fantastic. You could watch that over and over again, and you see her range.
Yes.
Because she was very funny, too.
It's very funny. But
it was really hard to duplicate her character when I did the series because she was naturally funny.
Yes.
And Kate Jackson, who was good in the show, is not necessarily naturally funny. Like she is.
It's a hard person to imitate.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of iconic moments in television and film history, you probably don't know this, but it was 15 years ago today. Speaking of Republicans that come on the show, that you walked off the show for Bill O'Reilly. 15 years ago today. And we didn't
mention that today?
We had other things. But yes, 15 years ago today, you walked off, you and Whoopi, much to the chagrin of Barbara Walters.
Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
He was.
I think he's still mad about it.
I don't think he's thrilled about it, no. But what do you remember?
Go to commercial. Go to live. Anger management. Yes. Hello.
Yeah. We'll do it live.
I
love that. That's my favorite meme. But you often mention this moment in View history.
Yeah.
It's one of the most iconic. Why is it's still relevant today, do you think?
Why is it relevant?
And we haven't walked off since, which is pretty impressive given all the stuff we've had on the show.
He was very difficult, and he was using a stereotype that offended me. Mm-hmm. And he wouldn't back off, and there was nothing to do but just walk off.
And Barbara was angry afterwards?
She wasn't angry, but she was upset. She said, "You should have sat there." Whoopi followed me off, by the way.
Yeah, and she chastised you guys on the air. I mean, she said,
"Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you shouldn't have done
this
that.
This is not why we do things here."
Right, well, you should have stayed and fought with him.
Would you agree, I think, generally, right?
Yes. Yes, I could not. The way I explained it in the past was I felt as though there was some kind of a propulsion pulling my behind out of the seat and making me get up. I can't even explain it because it hasn't happened since.
Yeah.
It was almost like, just get up now and just walk out on him.
Speaking of iconic View moments, there is another one, probably the most iconic View moment, that has been in the news again lately. It's unbelievable that this won't go away.
Which one?
The split screen. Have you seen this story?
I know.
It's back
Rosie,
in the press.
And then Elisabeth are fighting back again still.
Yeah, it's kind of incredible. So, I mean, the truth is that there's nobody involved in the management of the show that are still here from those days. Obviously, Rosie and Elizabeth aren't here.
Right.
This all predates me.
Yeah.
The network people are different.
I was there with Sherry.
But you were there. You're kind of the last will and testament of the split screen. But there's a lot of deep-seated animosity there still. And so this happened because Rosie was asked a question on a podcast, I think, and she got very worked up about it.
But people are saying, why doesn't she let it die already? Mm-hmm. Well, she would let it die if you didn't ask her.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. People do tend to bring these things up.
Once they ask you, like you just brought up O'Reilly again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of him.
No.
But since it was the anniversary.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have thought of that. But, that's what happens.
Of course. But she's still obviously very upset about it and feels like she was betrayed both by Elizabeth and I guess by the producers. But, yeah, I've heard that also anecdotally around the building that there was no plan to do this. And having run this show, planning things is very difficult to do. It's certainly beyond my capacity.
There was no planning.
Now, one thing I have heard from people that were around then in lower positions is that you were just begging to go to commercial.
Well, I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I felt like, and I've had my fights on the show too.
You don't say.
Yes. And, but there was something about that. They were so angry with each other.
Right.
that it was like all of a sudden they don't go to commercial. People go to commercial all the time.
Right.
So why would they not? Why wouldn't they go to commercial?
Probably because it was good television. I mean, as a producer,
really?
yes. Yeah. Also, because sometimes when you go to commercial, listen, there's nobody who deals more with should we go to commercial than me, because you are definitely on a live show trying to do the math and figuring out how much time is left in the rest of the show. Right. So that is an issue. At the same time, you can inadvertently look like you're putting your finger on the scale in an argument if you go to commercial too early, or if someone's being cut off. It's not about, sometimes I'm afraid of, well, if I cut off Whoopi while she's talking, it makes it look like I don't agree with what she's saying, or I'm trying to get out of what it.
You're not that relevant.
No, I agree, but I'm just telling you, it's a tricky conversation always. But so
I also would like to say about that moment, that I was raised in a family where if there was an argument going on, I felt it was my job to make it dissipate it,
yes,
and to say something either funny or something so that people would stop yelling at each other. I did not enjoy that.
Right.
So that was my job in the family. So when I was sitting there, I was in a certain way, they recreated that moment. So when I was going, let's go to commercial, it was like to lighten it up a little bit.
Well, with you and Sherry both there as comedians, we're kind of the only people not at each other's throats, but it's fun to watch. All right. Well, once again on the show today, something that is becoming less rare happened. You found yourself agreeing with Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Well, yeah.
Do you think she may be the one to end the shutdown?
It's possible.
How about that?
Somebody like her there's a couple of them like that now. She's not alone. I wish I could remember who else. But, she's got a dog in this fight now. Mm-hmm. She does not want the shutdown because it's costing her family health care and her constituents. Mm-hmm. So she's fighting for that. And she's obsessed with the Epstein files, which I think is a very good thing about her. Because she doesn't want to protect anybody who's in those files who might have hurt children.
Right.
And that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, that's 100%.
So, a clock is right at least once a day.
Or as Leslie said, a blind squirrel can find some nuts occasionally.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But a clock is right twice a day, isn't it?
Yes, broken clock is worth twice a day.
And so she's got those two things going on for herself.
All right, so Alyssa last week announced on the show that she's pregnant, which is very exciting. Yeah. But my question is, do you have a go-to piece of advice you give to expectant mothers?
Make sure that you line up some relatives to babysit.
Yeah. Are you volunteering? Are you ready to? No.
Family members.
Family members. All right.
Because Hillary said it takes a village. Hillary Clinton, and I believe in that. I grew up with a village.
Mm-hmm. I thought you meant Hillary.
And I'm the village idiot.
Well,
I grew up with a village. I believe that is very important for children, and I feel bad that my grandson doesn't have that anymore.
Well, he's got you. He's got Nona.
He has Nana, and he has No, and he has his parents, but he doesn't have my mother and father, my aunts and uncles. I was surrounded by a lot of people.
No, that's a really nice thing. Yeah. I agree. Is there anything that you think you would have done different raising your daughter now that you're older? She's turned out great, of course. But
I believe that you have unresolved issues.
Yes.
And so you don't want to put them on your kid.
That is hard to do. I think it's hard not to do. Yes.
Like my issue is, I think that I loved being a mother. The only thing that bothered me was I worried. I'm a worrier. Mm-hmm. Where is she? What time is she coming home? It would give me such agita if she wasn't home on time. And like one time when she was in college even, she was staying with me because she was away for a while. She didn't, like 4:00 in the morning, the girl was not home. There was a terrace. I was going to jump, but I was waiting for the light to come, for the daylight. She shows up at 4 a.m. She was out with this girlfriend and they were having a great time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I my heart was stopped.
See, you'd be better off now because now you can just pick up the phone and either call them or also you can track them.
Track them. There was no phone.
Yeah.
There was nothing. And her father was somewhere. I don't know where he was.
Yeah. All right. Your tag sale for your birthday last week,
How
benefiting
much
the retreat. We're doing really well. It's not over yet. The top two items right now are tickets to our holiday show.
Right.
Which now I feel a lot of pressure to make that great.
You know why?
Why?
Because you give away so much stuff. That's why.
We do give away some stuff on that.
Why do you think what do you think? Is just to come and see Santa Claus?
I think to enjoy the spirit of the holidays with you guys.
Would you grow up?
And also the signed Kamala Harris poster.
Of course. That one's valuable.
My giant head.
How did that do?
It's going strong at $275.
Oh.
Now, I had set the over-under on this at $300, My wife has said that there's no way possible to get to 500. I'd love to prove her wrong. I just want to throw
What
that out
is someone going to do with it?
That's what she wants to know. She thinks that
I said make a dartboard out of it.
I mean, she might buy it for that, but I don't know. But so far, all of your auction items.
What about my earrings? Those Oscar de la Renta.
They're going about the same as my head. But the
Really?
no, they're going a little bit more. I think like $600.
They're so beautiful.
But the auction items have raised almost $21,000.
Good.
How about that?
The retreat is for the retreat.
Which is a really good cause.
It's such a good cause. I mean, women don't know what to do when they have these abusive husbands and they're in the houses with children. They have no money, and the retreat takes care of everything.
Yeah, it's really nice. There's a link in the episode description to keep bidding on these items. So if anybody's interested, you can do that. As I mentioned, if you win my head, maybe you call into the podcast and we talk to you a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Well,
What do they call that? Extortion?
No, it's for a charity. I'm helping
Fraud?
your charity. It's good.
You're just trying to sell that head.
I want the head to make money. Yes. Thank you. All right. Well, that was a great show today. I thought very interesting. We've got more to come this week. It should be good.
What's on this week?
Well, we've got Richard Gere on Friday.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a big
that's
one.
great.
That's good. And Penn Badgley, which is good. And
Richard
then,
Gere made a movie with Diane Keaton. We can discuss that with him.
Absolutely. We've got Bradley Whitford from The West Wing, my favorite show
I
of
like
all
him.
time.
Yeah, very
We've got
nice.
Lawrence Fishburne, big
Love.
star.
I love him.
And Richard
He
Gere.
was unbelievable as Ike Turner.
Yes, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I've never seen a performance like that.
Yeah. So
To make that guy who was an abusive jerk, to make him somewhat sympathetic,
yeah,
to show his own mental illness,
yeah.
brilliant.
There we
Brilliant.
go. So we got a great week. This is
Yeah.
good stuff. So everyone tune in. And and then this weekend are the daytime Emmys. Very exciting.
You going?
I'm going.
I'm not going.
I know.
When is it?
It's on Friday night.
You're flying out?
Yes.
With Robin?
Yes.
Oh, the two of you.
Yes. We're probably going to lose, but it'll be nice to be there.
Big Ben and Big Benita.
That's us. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And tomorrow I'll be back with Sarah. We'll see you then.